Hello guys, welcome back. Today we are going to see how to install SharePoint 2013 using PowerShell. Most of the time we go for PowerShell because we want to avoid that dreadful naming convention of that admin DB, SharePoint Central Administration admin DB. You will have some GUID ended. It looks ugly, I know. So we are going for that PowerShell. Let's check out. These are the commandlets we use for configuring the SharePoint. Actually, I have already installed the SharePoint in this VM. So we will see how to configure the SharePoint form using the PowerShell. Let's start. Go to the SharePoint 2013 management shell, run as an administrator. If you see, it will throw up error local form is not accessible because we haven't configured any SharePoint form on this particular server. So we are going to start configuring the database first. So let's get started. So usually we have the commandlets. If you tab it, you will have all the options available on this particular commandlet. So first thing, we will name the SharePoint config database, and the server. If you see, I have configured the alias for SharePoint DB server so that if you change the server, it is easy to change it here without having any issue with your form. So this is useful for migrating the DB server from DBs from one server to another DB server. It would be useful in your future. So let me copy that server alias. I put it here, and you don't need everything is left out to default. Here we come like the admin DB. This is why we are mainly going for PowerShell, as well as for automation of the SharePoint form. If you want to deploy similar forms, you can do that also. So the next one is form credentials. You're going to get it prompted so that you can give it, and you have to set a form passphrase. This is useful for you to join the other servers. When you want to join the other servers, you have to give this passphrase. Sorry. I'm going to set some string, secure string, just think like password. No, let me set like this. You have to force this, otherwise it will throw up error. So we have all the parameters: configuration database, SharePoint underscore config, and you have to give the SQL server where you are going to create the configuration database and admin database, and we have given the admin DB name, and you have to set the form credentials and passphrase. I think that's it. I think, yeah, by default it will take the form credentials. Let me quickly check. Do we have the permission for the form credentials what we are going to set up. If not, we have to set up DB creator permission. So yeah, it's going good. So it starts to creating the configuration and admin databases. It will take some seconds. Meanwhile, we will quickly check out what is going on the SQL server, whether the DBs are created or not. Yeah, see, SharePoint underscore config and SP admin DB, both the DBs were created in the background and it is still configuring. Let's wait for a few more seconds. Usually it will take 2 to 3 minutes. Here we go. This thing is completed. Let's proceed with the other commandlets. So we are going to install all the help collections and this initialize SP resource security will add up all the registry entries and the security permission groups whatever needed, and this will install all the SharePoint services required for the form. In case if you are going for a standalone server, you can just give the parameter -local. So I am just creating it as a form, so I'm just using just like that without any parameters. So this will add all the features whatever needed for the SharePoint server form. Here we go. All the existing features are added to the form now. It's installed now. Let's go and create the central administration with the port. Let's say if you want to have like, some people like 4 digits, some people like 5 digits. Let me go with 23235, and by default it will take NTLM, or if you want to say, you can also say, it's not an issue. It's creating the SharePoint Central Administration portal. You can give any 4-digit, 5-digit port up to some 48,000 something. Like you can give greater than 1023 to 48,000 some. I don't remember the exact port numbers. Make sure your port does not conflict with already running application, if any. Try to avoid ports like 8080 or some other application which are very familiar. Also, you can check out the ports for SharePoint to communicate. You should avoid those ports also. That is a default port for them services to connect in the topology, SharePoint topology, so you should avoid those ports also. Central administration is created. It taken some 2 minutes to create this one. Let's go ahead and install the application content, the final one which you need to complete the configuration of SharePoint form. I mean the initial configuration which we used to do with the form configuration wizard. Okay, it's done. Let's go to SharePoint Central Administration. It is using the port which we have given 23235. So yeah, we are good. Let's see. Okay, it is prompting for me to enter the credentials. Here we go. We have the form configuration completed. We have, let's see what are the services. By default it is running. Central administration is running. Distributed cache, incoming email, web application. This is the foundation service required. All right, and we will see the server with the configuration 4420 and the database server name and the configuration. So yeah, we have completed the initial SharePoint configuration. We will see how to configure the SharePoint 2013 services using PowerShell in the upcoming videos.